The answer is thank you. No, thank you. This is always cool to hear, and it's cool to hear when you're talking about, you've done a few of them where you're talking about the language from where you're from, and it's always excellent to hear. Thank you very much. And as I was looking before for past collection books, since Tom had brought up string theory and John had held up What If, which is right over there, right at the bottom, which I'm not going to pull out of the shelf. And he's not here to see it, and I don't know if Lorna has anything in upcoming issues or recent issues, but issue collection books will be coming out, and they will be released in 8 days. I was like, I'm not going to do them right away because I've got a lot of stuff going on in August. So a week from tomorrow, Down in the Dirt collection book, The Library of Collaboration, will be out. And then cc&d, because it had a bonus issue, it was a reprint from V197, 16-year anniversary issue. There are two versions of this book. This one's Insurrection, with clip art of hands with phrases about things, along with a shot of mine at the Capitol building. But there was another one that has an expanded thing called The Lives We Deserve. This is a rough title from it, from, I believe, Confucian Temple, I believe, with all the hands saying, in amongst peace there are still signs of struggle and protest. But a lot of stuff in these, and I will share these off with you on October 5th when we are coming around for our next meeting. But in the meantime, since we were talking about issue collection books, I was going to read 3 that are in the Down in the Dirt issue collection book, which I probably won't be reading from after this month because I have a bunch more. The Limits of Language. I've got a lot of books around me. I see books behind me and books and other people. This is from the Limits of Language, which is the Down in the Dirt, May to August, I believe. No, January to April, because May to August is down there. January to April 2024 issue collection book. And I'm going to share with you 3 poems that are within this that come from different performance art shows. And I hope you enjoy them, because they're very different and they're older pieces. I hope you like them. This first one is titled Farmer. And just north of his cornfield, there was a college. The university has just bought up the property right to the edge of his land. And at that university, there's a man studying plant biology. He wants to do research in food genetics, create the perfect ear of corn. And the farmer knows this. All he wanted was to be able to make a living, maybe save up enough so his kid could walk over to campus every morning, maybe meet some new kids. The government assistance has run out. The state wants to push the school south an extra mile, put up a research lab, another dormitory. The drought has done nothing good for his field anyway, and the doctors say that that lump under his shoulders from the sun. All of these years, he would wake up early Sunday to work, and he would find tire tracks from souped-up cars digging in his property edge. Kids leaving beer cans, junk food wrappers, condoms, and he would pick up what he could. In the upcoming years, would his little boy do this to someone else? And this was his labor. He had sown the seeds, the plants running, hurtling the rolling hills, sprinter's uniform in a marathon. And all the way to the street at the edge of his property, the green sign reading 1800 South was all the way to the end as his life, his little earth in straight rows, like the peas on a son's plate when he plays with his food. And now the rows of corn are less straight, as if in recent years he didn't care. This year, it's the worst yet. He didn't bother with right chemicals, and there are weeds in between the rows. The grass next to his house is almost up to his waist, and he's awake now. It's 4 a.m, and he's wandering out in it all, and he's almost crazy. The grass waves, almost staggers, like him, and he thinks, let the weeds grow. Thank you. That was Farmer, and I did do that once at St. Paul's Desanctified Church in Chicago. There was a live show that group set up once, so I don't know where St. Paul's Church, if they're still doing things like that. Lorna, I have no idea. This was actually in 2008, so it was a while ago, so I have no idea what they're doing with anything. But so you know, I'm trying to give her the info on what's going on. But anyway, each of these have one thing from one show, and the other 2 are from one that I ended up running, which isn't around. And I have to say this little silly aside. I'm sitting here doing my show where I had moved it to a new location. It used to be at the cafe, Cafe Aloha. Then I moved to the cafe. I had taken it over at the cafe, and it went to Gallery Cabaret, which is still open, by the way. Lorna and Wes has a monthly show there. But the building was eventually torn down, which I felt bad about. But the guy, David Rubin, had moved away, and I had lost touch with him. And I am sitting there before I'm going to do my feature, and I'm doing something, and I look up, and a man comes over and he bows to me. And it's David Rubin, who is in from out of town and showing up to come to my show. I'm like, David, I'm honored. What are you doing here? And he's like, when will you be around? And so we begged him to come up, and I took a photo with him because I was just so thrilled that he happened to come back, and he happened to be around at the one time I was able to catch him here, which was just the most endearing thing. But anywho, but this was the next pieces are at a place that he originally ran that I ended up taking over as a host. And these are two shorter pieces. And this first one is titled Chances 1. Yes, it's yes. There are two poems, Chances 1 and Chances 2. This is Chances 1. Yes, it's yes. You asked me before if there were only so many loves in your life, if there are only so many chances for love. And I said, yes. And I know that you think it's because of fate or God or religion. But I know that there are only so many chances to feel that bond, that there can only be so many people who perfectly fit you, who fit like a glove, who wants what you want, who feels what you feel, who dreams what you dream. You ask me if there are only so many loves who dream what you dream. You ask me if there are only so many loves, and the answer is yes. Oh, yes. It's yes. It's hard to do it with a glare. This is when John was doing music. There was a Celebrating with Song was a mini feature thing at the open mic. It was so fun. This guy had this big fish in the background. Words. Anyway, but he was playing music, and I even have a painting of John here. If anybody could check this out, done by Cynthia Johnson. It says, me and my guitar, always in the same mood. And I thought that was the coolest thing, so that should be out while he was playing when we were doing this mini feature. But the last one I'm going to share with you is totally out. I should have ended on that first one and not this one, but I guess it's appropriate because I'll be saying goodbye at the end of this one until the next one on October 6th. But this is a short one with one thing from an old show, and it is titled Sorry Flowers. I bet you think a box of candy is all you need to make everything better. And you still say I need to lose some weight. Sure, feed me some candy. Okay. I love apology candy as much as I love sorry flowers. And people at the office keep saying I must be a great girlfriend because I get flowers at the office. But then I tell them that they are sorry flowers, and that the worst kind of flowers are sorry flowers, because you'd rather have no flowers if it meant that you two were happy all the time. And no one understands what you're talking about. And neither do you. So, goodbye. Sorry, flowers. I did this at, thank you. Yeah. So I did this at a show where I was doing everything as PowerPoint stuff with art going up, which is why I'm just sitting there really tiny with the screens going, and I had some flowers going up. Have some sorry flowers. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that I think is enough nonsense. And we're right at the 5:30 mark, as I'm seeing from the clock. Amazing with our timing. I'm sorry that John wasn't able to get it together, but I'm glad that as many of us stuck around. You guys are all beyond double plus awesome, and everybody's saying thank you, and yeah, you guys are just great. If anybody has anything to report, otherwise we'll just be checking out, because October 6th, I checked, is the next time we get together, and I would really love to see you all, and hopefully Titan will be doing better. So
Janet, I'm going to be doing Getting to Know the Goddess series at Book Woman on October 19th, I guess it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
3 to 5 p.m. I don't have the details, but Book Woman will have it on their events page, and I'll have more details to come.
And yeah, you can tell if you're able to combine the sixes. That's before the 19th. It'd be cool to hear about that as well and share it with Tom. I'm sure that he'd be triple plus thrilled.
It's virtual.
Oh, cool. Then cool. We can get the scoop on that and check that all out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. And everybody, thank you so much for the music, the poetry. There wasn't verse this time, but that's totally fine because, you know, we're all poet laureates of poetic license in my book. So thank you all so very much. We should probably then be signing out of this thing, and I'll be saying thank you to everybody that was in the live feed, and I look forward to seeing you all next month, and thank you all so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are triple plus awesome. So I'm going to just check out, and you guys will do that as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you. Yep.
Good night.
Good night. Yes, have a good night, darling.
All afternoon in your case.
Well, good evening. We totally get it. So thank you, and you have a good night too, Richard. Thank you.